How are you doing today?
Good. How are you, Arrow?
I've been anxious to talk with you because I've been doing some research. I love where your heart is, and these aren't just words that have been scratched onto a piece of paper. You are activating things in our lives.
Oh, man. Come on now.
I mean, that's a special kind of touch. I mean, first of all, one of the things that really blew me away is understanding the art of achieving the struggle. Holy God, man. That right there, that's some spiritual stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a struggle, man. It's been a struggle for 7 years, but I'm making it.
But see, have you ever thought about, well, if I didn't have the struggle, where would I be?
Yeah. I actually think about it all the time. I'm grateful for the struggle because without the struggle, I wouldn't understand the process of like what I'm doing now. You know, I wouldn't be appreciative of what I'm doing. And I wouldn't be appreciative of the downfalls that I'm having and the positive things that are happening right now as well. So I wouldn't be appreciative of them.
Do you look at NBC's The Voice as being fruit on the vine, or is it the seed that's just been planted in the soil?
Oh, definitely the seed to the soil.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that because for me, like, I feel like I've planted, you know, I've been the person to like basically plant and somebody's watering it at this point. And so I feel like I'm the person that's like sprouting out and like being able to create more opportunities for others to be able to be sprouted into the atmosphere as well. So I don't know. That's the way I feel.
Yeah. You know, the listeners need to understand Goldsboro, North Carolina. I mean, I've performed there, and the thing is that it is in the middle of nowhere. And I remember that we didn't fill up with gas in Raleigh before we got on that final little jump to go to Goldsboro. We were freaking out, dude, because it was like we went out in the desert.
No, there's absolutely nothing there. So like. There's nothing. Every time I go home, like I only go home probably like once or twice out of the year, and it's during Thanksgiving and Christmas. And so I rarely ever come home to Goldsboro. And it's not that I hate Goldsboro, but it's just nothing there for me. Yeah. I've done my job as towards being a child in North Carolina. I mean Goldsboro, but. You know, that's pretty much it.
But you know, to me, it's like Goldsboro is a place that shapes you so that you know that you've got the roots there. But the thing is that now you can grow beyond that. And I mean, being in Los Angeles, I mean, it's such a culture shock.
Yes, it was such a huge shock. I mean, I think for me, like, because I've lived in like 5 different states, I've lived in Arkansas, New York, Pittsburgh, like I've lived in so many different states where I'm kind of used to the city vibe.
Yes.
But when I got to LA, I think it was so different because of, you know, the humidity there. It's very dry. Well, I wouldn't even say it's humidity, but I would say it's like very dry there. And so trying to keep your vocal cords, you know, afloat was like really hard for me because I'm used to the humidity. I'm used to like, you know, all of that. Right. But also like the culture is so different in LA. Everything is fast paced. Everything is about like getting to this place and that place, you know, as soon as possible. And then, you know, everything there is just, it's LA, it's TV and it's no hard feelings, but that's just how it is, you know? And so it was a very different culture shock. So I would definitely say that.
You were talking about the fast-paced world of Los Angeles. A little bit earlier this morning, I was talking with somebody, and I said, it's getting kind of strange here in the South, especially North Carolina, when the Southerners are speaking faster. It's like, whoa, what'd you just say? You're not supposed to be talking that fast.
No, it is definitely becoming a thing. Which is crazy to me, you know, because I think a lot of it is because they're starting to, a lot of the Northerners or a lot of people from LA, they're coming to the South now. And so they're hanging around so many people that are from like from LA or from the North. And so they're starting to become more fast paced. Yeah. You know, I'm going to be honest, for me, living up North for a couple of years, I think for me, like when I came back to the South, it was a huge struggle because I'm so used to people driving very fast. And then when I come back to the South, it was like, oh, okay, we're back to normal.
Is it strange to travel to these other states where cheer wine is not?
Oh God, man, it's been a hard disconnect for real. I would say that, like, you know, cheer wine is like one of those iconic things. Like, especially, you know, coming from Goldsboro, we have this restaurant called McCall's, and I am a fanatic of McCall's, especially their hush puppies, their fried chicken. And, you know, for me, going in so many different states that didn't have that, I was just like, man, I miss the fried chicken. I miss the hush puppies. Like, I just miss all of that. So, and you can't find that in a lot of places.
Oh, and people need to understand that down here, when we get our fried chicken, they say it could be 40 minutes. I'm fine. Because I know when that chicken gets on this plate, I'm okay.
Listen, because the fried chicken be good as soon as you get it. It's a long wait, but when you get it, it's good.
Fashion has always been a big thing in country music. What are you seeing in the fashion world? Because, I mean, you got to put yourself out there. Even Reba knows how to market it. So what are you learning from that?
Oh, man. Fashion-wise, you know, I came in, you know, with a little bit of fashion sense, but I will say, like, the show, they have, you know, they have stylists there. Yeah. And so they kind of help, like, sharpen and figure out, like, okay, what is it that you want to figure out, like, as towards your brand, right? And so I'm grateful for the show because they've, like, helped me to, like, understand a little bit more of, like, how I can, you know, bridge the gap a little bit when it comes to building my own brand and not being the same as what everybody else has been doing already in the industry. But really just honing in and just saying, okay, this may be something that you could be able to tie in and do something for the rest of your life. So I'm grateful for that.
Wow. You make it sound so fun, but I know deep inside you can't be getting a lot of sleep at night because you are on the edge of something that's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Yes. So you never can sleep a lot when it comes to doing this show. Because it's a lot of unknown. You never know what's going to happen. There's always a twist. And so you never know what's going to happen. So I always would sleep with one eye open. Yep. I always would, you know, probably sleep for about 5 or 6 hours. And then I'm like, I'm back up again because, like, they always have you doing something. It's either you sleeping for 6 hours, get back up at, like, you know, 5 or 6 in the morning, and having to be down to get ready to go to the studio and do some work for them, for NBC. So it's always something, but it's always an unknown as well. So, because you never know, you might be going home the next round. You know, you might have thought you did really well and they think that you didn't do well. So it's always an unknown all the time.
Wow.
So
what's your website so people can give you lots of love, dude?
Yeah, so my website is taylewis.com. It's just www.taylewis.com.
All right, you come to Charlotte. We have to sit down, have some fried chicken, and have a face-to-face conversation.
Yes, sir. I got family in Charlotte, so even if I don't see my family, I can come and see you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you be brilliant today, okay?
Thank you so much, brother. You too.
Thank you.